Hey guys, what is up? Austin here, aka Bowtie Guy 97, back today making videos. I know it's been a long time since I've made one. Work, vacation, and stuff like that has kept me from really making a bunch of videos, but I'm back today. Got another exhaust video for you guys, but I'm doing it because of the constant questions. And it's funny because on my way over here, I got another message about the X-Pipe. I got comments on the picture I posted last night. I get so many questions about the X-Pipe on my truck. You know, I might as well make a whole video on it and tell you all about it, what it does, why I did it, what it is, I mean, all of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as I'm sure you heard in the beginning of the video, I have got dual exhaust with an X-Pipe. Now, the catalytic converters are still intact. Before you drop down into the comments and say, do you still have your cats? They are still in there. Does not have a Y pipe. It remains two pipes all the way back here to the X pipe. If you see here, the two pipes run in. Here is your crossover, and they run out the back. Now, I had somebody saying, well, isn't that not actually true duals? Well, what you got to think about it, it is still true duals. We're not going into a single pipe at all. The size of this chamber is bigger than the diameter of 2.5 inches of this anyway. We're not restricting anything. This actually increases the airflow, and I'll tell you why after I get off underneath the truck, but I wanted to show you where this is placed. And I also want you to notice I am right here at my passenger back window. The reason it is placed here is because you usually want it placed about midway through the exhaust. This is actually a little further forward than it really needs to be, but much further back it would not have worked as well. You're supposed to do it at like the hottest point of your exhaust. That's what your big enthusiasts say, but the rule of thumb is usually the middle of your exhaust, or as close as you can get to it for the maximum benefit out of the X-Pipe. Okay, so what is the X-Pipe? You saw it there under the truck. An X-Pipe is where you've got two pipes going in, two pipes coming out, but they converge. Obviously they cross over. Now, an X-Pipe does pretty much nothing at low RPMs, idling, anything like that. All it's going to do is balance out the tone, because you've got to think, if you've got a V8, you've got a different sound coming from both banks. And usually if it comes, you're running all the way out, you get the two sounds out the rear. And sometimes you get a flop or a chop in it. Well, the X-Pipe eliminates that. It keeps it a solid, straight tone, and it really it blends it together better. But that's the sound difference. The performance difference comes in at higher RPMs. Now, it depends, of course, the compression of the motor, horsepower, all that is when you're going to see the benefit from it. But the average rule of thumb, it seems that what I've done my research on in dynos, people gained anywhere from 5 to 15 horsepower from it. And that completely depends on pipe size, the motor, the length of the exhaust, and stuff like that. This is not a 20, 30 stupid amount of horsepower modification. This is just something, hey, I'm going to do exhaust on the car. You might as well put the X-Pipe in it and get the extra little horsepower you're going to get if you're really going to buy an exhaust anyway. So why the X-Pipe adds the power in the higher RPMs as the exhaust gas is coming out. The faster it can get exhaust out, the less strain that's on the motor. Now, you can look at a motor as a gigantic air pump. The more air you can get in, the more power you're going to make. And of course, you got to compensate, spark fuel, all that. But as simple terms, got to get air in, got to get air out. And that's the reason you got superchargers, turbos, and all that to force more air into the motor to make more power. Well, if you're restricting it for the exhaust, it can only push out with so much air. The X-Pipe forces more air out at higher RPMs than just a straight dual system does, and that's what gives you that extra little boost in horsepower. Now, things that could really make an X-Pipe have more of a benefit, doing long tube headers. I have factory manifolds. If you had headers, that you would see a bigger gain. You would definitely hear the difference. It'd be awesome. I've thought about doing that, but I don't really know. I don't really want to spend the money on it right now since I'm saving for a new truck. But I really did feel a difference in the X-Pipe when I put it on here, and didn't feel anything down low. It was all up top. And I want to say that really I didn't feel the difference until I was over 4,000 RPM. It pretty much ran the same up to that point, but I did feel it after that. Which is good, because at the top end it really had a lack in power anyway. The 5.3 seems to have that kind of lack in power, especially with the gearing I have. Being 373 and a 4-speed. It really needs as much top end help as it can get. It's got all the bottom end in the world, but the X-Pipe really helps with that. And of course, it helps with efficiency because of the crossover, more airflow, stuff like that. So you guys saw in the beginning of the video, there were some exhaust clips of what it sounded like. I'll throw a couple more here at the end of the video so you can get a kind of a better idea. But if you're looking at doing it on your car or truck, you should definitely do it. You know, this is on a truck, but the same things would apply for a car. You know, Camaros, Corvettes, Mustangs, all those systems a lot nowadays seem to have X pipes. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that Corvettes might be coming with a X pipe nowadays. So, you know, everybody knows about the benefits. That's why it's so big. Cost anywhere from, you can spend anywhere from $50 to hundreds of dollars. Depends on the size of the X pipe, the brand, and all that. Now the brand of mine, I actually don't even know. When I went into the shop, I told them I wanted an X pipe. I didn't care what brand they did. An X pipe is an X pipe to me. Put it on there, and they did. It doesn't actually have a brand writing on it. I've got no way to know what it was. You know, unless I go back to the shop and say, hey, what'd you use? But you know, the exhaust is, it's 2.5-inch piping. Got the X pipe down here out the back. Got the 4-inch tips down out the back, both sides. You guys heard it coming out from this side. But of course you get the same sound from both sides just because of that X pipe. So I love it. The system is great. You know, I definitely recommend it. If you're gonna spend the money on exhaust, I would go that X pipe route. It's really doesn't cost that much more money, and you'll get the added benefit of a cleaner sound, more power, and everything like that. So there you go. If I didn't answer any of your questions, you can drop them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. The entire system, because I get questions about that, was $500. I put that in the video when I made about the exhaust, which is like my second most popular video, but people still didn't hear it, and I'm sure I'll still get questions about it in this video, but that's okay. I love all the DMs you guys send me. Follow me over on Instagram if you're not already, at Austin04_Z71. You see it there in the window. I appreciate you guys watching, sticking with me. The channel has grown amazingly. At the time I made this video, we're at nearly 8,000 subscribers. That is incredible. I had 1,000 subscribers at the first of the year, and look at where I'm at now. It really is incredible. I promise to make more videos. I need to make more videos. I want the channel to be bigger and better than ever. I want to make the best content I can for you guys, and I also want to be proud of what I put out. And so I try to do the best videos I can do for you guys. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, drop comments down below if you've got a question. Hit me up on Instagram with the DM. I read all of those. I do my best to answer them as fast as I can, but they come in more and more every day, and sometimes I get behind, but I promise you I'll answer it. I answer every single one I get. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you watching. Take care. Have a great day.